Flashback.
These independent, strong, successful women.
I don't need a man. That's what strong women do.
A few inches later.
I'm so done! I understand that I'm strong, and I understand that I'm gonna get through, and I understand that I've been through so much, and it's all gonna... I'm so done! I understand that I'm strong, and I'm tired. I don't want to do it. I know that I will, and I know that it will be fine. I get that, but it's always something.
Something!
Woo! Jet flying! Set him again!
I'm trying to force this man to be my best friend because I'm lonely. Sorry. Okay? I have no friends. So today I texted him, I was like, hey, wanna do the BBC challenge with me? I know, I know, okay? I realize it now, but I thought he was chronically online. I thought he understood what I meant.
I think that it is finally time to discuss the female loneliness epidemic.
The female loneliness epidemic.
Behold, my brothers, the great humbling is upon us. Modern women spent a decade living exactly like characters in that Bruce Willis movie, Surrogates, hiding behind hyper-edited dating app avatars, pumped full of filters, likes from bot farms, and fake Instagram followers. They built pixel-perfect versions of themselves, and the real trouble began the moment they started to believe their own propaganda. And just like that, a whole generation of 3s, 4s, and 5s genuinely believed that they were 9s and 10s. But brothers, how could a 9 be obese? How could a 10 need 5 ounces of makeup just to take a selfie?
Ouchway.
How could an 8 need a wig just to feel brave enough to step outside? Blasphemy. We stood silent while modern women slowly turned themselves into surrogates. And because we wanted to be, quote, politically correct, we let this paradoxical thinking grow into a black hole. And with the breath of Karen Steffens, this black hole expanded until it was mighty enough to suck away logic and standards from the modern man. But now, the cosmos are beginning to correct themselves. With the overall market drop in value of the Western modern woman, the mid-tier woman is starting to feel the effects. Now look, I'm not talking about the 2s, 3s, and 4s, because they were always ignored.
Big back.
I'm talking about the actual 4s, 5s, and 6s, the ones that make up roughly 70% of the Western female population. You see, these women saw it too close to the sun, which allowed their makeup to fade and their wig glue to melt. And now they are experiencing the fate of Icarus, being dragged back down from the clouds of delusion to the cement floor of reality. As dating apps fade and Instagram DM sliding becomes a ritual for the Neanderthal man, these average women are being forced to touch grass. They have to go outside and compete with other average women, compete without their surrogate avatar. And as you will soon see, the only men they will be dragging back to their studio apartments will be Ben and Jerry. For example.
I just got fully ready to go out. Went out for 10 minutes. Realized I don't want to be here. Walked to 7-Eleven. Got my snacks. And now I'm going home.
Behold, my brothers, another perfect example of the great humbling in full effect. It turns out men in the real world aren't losing their minds over an extremely average woman with the body of a choir boy. Was that too far? All right, my apologies. Back to the surrogate doc she goes, plugging herself back into her online avatar, ready to hunt the internet for one more free like. Pathetic. The so-called mid-tier woman is now openly admitting what she once swore could never be true. Men simply aren't that excited about them anymore. It's almost like the market has developed some form of average girl fatigue. I don't know, but the thrill is gone, the sparkle is missing, and the novelty evaporated.
Sir, I'm not impressed.
Men need something exotic, something visually striking, something rare enough that it actually makes them pause. I mean, think about it. In the year 2025, in the United States of America, how many times have you seen a woman so stunning so exotic, so visually overwhelming that you actually had to take a knee. Exactly. It barely happens. I'll say, we're not excited enough by these average avatars to buy them a drink. Honestly, half the time we're not even motivated enough to approach them. It's more a question of would you pass or smash? You know, like, would you smack your mother for $1 million? But step onto foreign soil, somewhere like Croatia, Brazil, Vietnam, Colombia, anywhere outside the Western bubble, and suddenly the instinct comes roaring back. Now you want to approach. Now you want to talk. You don't even mind buying her a drink. It's crazy how that works. And trust me, the average girl's got the memo, loud and clear.
Can we talk about how men don't offer to buy girls drinks at the bar anymore? I've been single for 6 years and I can count on one hand how many times a guy has offered to buy me a drink. But it's not just that, it's guys coming up and approaching girls in general is so scarce these days. I'm like, we as women have almost made it where we're like, leave us alone so much to the point that they really are.
I feel like in this day and age, I would just cut my losses of ever finding like a partner, and I'm just upset right now because I think about how I would love to have like somebody ask me to be their girlfriend and, you know, do the cute little like balloons and like flowers and, you know, all that like kind of cheesy stuff, but kind of stuff that I want. And I'm just like slowly accepting the fact that I'm never gonna get that. And I'm gonna be stuck in Tinder and Hinge hell for the rest of my life. And that's just how it's gonna be. That's just how it's gonna be. So, yeah. I don't even know what else to say. I'm just like crying.
So, would anyone want to take me on a real date so I could wear a nice dress and I can go out and we can go eat together and have a good conversation and like maybe like, I don't know, it be genuine and not everything about hooking up and maybe, just maybe, or like maybe someone actually like me and not pretend to, or talk to a million girls at the same time, or like be all in the beginning and then randomly switch up and be like, oh, sorry, I'm not interested. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Bye, see ya.
That's all these mid-tier surrogates can hope for now. A fling, something light, disposable. Just like a cheap PlayStation game from back in the day. A few hours of fun and right back on the shelf she goes. Man, if we can only trade them in at GameStop for pennies on the dollar too. But I digress. The truth is this. A lot of these average women know exactly what their worth is becoming. Because once your money is right, once your discipline, purpose, and lifestyle reach peak performance, dating apps like Hinge, for example, are used just to summon them. You know, like one of those Amazon droids. No first dates, no long FaceTimes, no awkward phone calls, no interrogations about your intentions. Just a simple, what you're up to is enough to pull them off the shelf and have them en route. Because after the surrogate era collapses, after reality drags them back from the clouds, after the mid-tier market correction hits, these women understand one thing clearly. To quote the great Kevin Samuel Titus himself, they were always average at best.
Okay, guys, I'm on the way to a Hinge man's house. A Hinge hookup. Feeling like, I don't know, fine, good vibes, he's cute, whatever. Hopefully I don't turn socially awkward. That doesn't normally happen to me, but like, this would be the time. Anyways, hopefully I don't get murdered and I'll give you an update.
But wait a minute. You didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blasphemy. And although you will never be worthy of a monarch such as myself, Lord Destro would suggest that you poor fools at least give oligarchy a try. So be Lord Destro.